Fabulously Flawed friends. Welcome to Fabulously Flawed. I'm your host, Marni, and it's Wednesday, where I love to give words of wisdom Wednesday. Remind you guys you are not alone. It is so okay not to be okay. And I am here to remind you that healing is possible. And on today's episode, I am calling Your Wants Want You. And I'm going to share a story how when you least expect anything, things happen. And that's when you have to, or you will slowly learn. And I hope some of you guys are doing this by trusting the universe, knowing you will end up where you're supposed to be. And I know a lot of kids have started college, they're back at school, and this is my own personal story that you just don't know where life is going to take you. This is a story regarding my daughter and her college experience. So, when my daughter, it was summer of 2017, she was at sleepaway camp. She was at sleepaway camp as a counselor. And my daughter, Taylor, always got straight A's. She was just an amazing student. And this is when I lived in the comparison lane. Her friend Molly, her best friend Molly, took an online class to get an extra credit while being a camp counselor. So I had suggested that to Taylor at one time or another. Then it was just never brought up again. So after camp, when Taylor got back, we were going through college application process. Wait, no. Her college applications were done. I'm sorry. She was ready to go into her senior year. And she sat me down and she said, I have something to tell you. I tried to take an online class, while I was working, which I should never have done because I got a D. And I was like, okay, it's the worst thing that should happen. Big deal. Like, really, that's, you're honest with me. You're such a hard student. I hugged her so much. Like, please don't let this upset you. So now when you live in Florida, you apply to all Florida schools because I guess with whatever state you live in, you apply to all those schools. So here in Florida, you apply to Florida State. People apply to University of Central Florida. Some people go to Florida International University, University of South Florida. But University of Florida is just, people don't even, it's like the Harvard of the South. I mean, it's just such a hard school to get into. So Taylor got an exceptional, her SATs were, she had a 1,300 on her SATs, which was a great score. She wrote a great essay and she put out her applications. Okay. So before the announcement to colleges, we get a phone call one afternoon from Florida State and they go, Miss Goldman? I'm like, yeah. She's like, hi, I'm calling about Taylor's application. I'm like, thank you, Florida State, application department in the middle of busy season calling me. They said, we want you to know that we're going through Taylor's application and it's great. She'd be a perfect student here at Florida State, but that 1D, I'm sorry, it's going to, not be a positive effect for her. And I'm like, okay, whatever, Florida State, go fuck yourself. And so we hang up and she's like, that's it. I'm never getting into college. So I assured her, you're going to go where you're supposed to be, as my story will continue. So now Florida State puts out their acceptance notifications. And when you open it, they play a marching band. So Taylor opens her computer and I'm like, where's the marching band? Clearly you're like too good for Florida State. Why? We regret to inform you, blah, 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 blah. So Taylor was just, fuck it. I am not going to University of Central Florida. Everybody goes there. I just want something different. I want to go to Indiana, which was me probably pushing that in her head because it just represented to me Hoosiers, what collegiate college, this stereotypical picture from the 1950s and kumbaya and seasons, everything I would have wanted. So we took a trip, my husband Taylor and I, to Indiana, and I thought I was going to college. I was like, oh, this is so cute. And look at this here and look at that there. And I was just reliving my childhood through Taylor, telling her it's the best thing ever, while my husband's thinking in his head, there ain't no fucking way I'm sending her out of state with out of state tuition. It's just not happening. She wasn't that much of a student that, she can't wait to pursue her journalism or this or whatever it was. Okay. So Taylor now thinks she's going to Indiana. She's going to be a Hoosier. My husband's saying to me, there's no way she's going to Indiana. And I'm like, well, she'll just be at UCF. Again, University of Florida was just in the background. So now it comes to Florida Acceptance Day. And my daughter's best friends were at the house. I think I told this story a few weeks ago, but I'm resharing it because it's back to school time. And her best friends were over. Two of them knew where they were going. One knew they were going to be getting into Florida. She opened up her computer. Eva, when I end my episodes, I'm like, forever, Eva. That's Eva, who I'm talking about. So it's like telling you never to give up, but also a shout out to her. And her other friend was over who was happy to go to Florida State. So Taylor and Bree were just making like videos. I don't know if it was Snapchats, whatever they were doing. Bree wasn't sure she wanted to commit to FIU. She was staying down here. And neither one of them thought any different. Taylor, she's just thinking Indiana. She opens her computer and it says, welcome, you're a Gator. Welcome, Taylor, you're a Gator. So I hear Mom, and I come upstairs and my husband is legit crying tears of joy because with her 1300 SAT score, she got Florida, some sort of scholarship. I don't remember what it was called. Oh man, I should know this. But whatever it was, when you get 1300, you get some sort of scholarship, and she was able to go to the University of Florida. She started out, it's called the PACE program, where your first certain amount of credits are done online, but you're still sorority, you're still part of college. And then COVID happened and everybody was online. So it really was not a big deal, even though people made it a big deal. And she ended up graduating cum laude in PR. And her best friend, my bonus daughter, who I talk about and call Cosmo, Cos, they ended up being roommates in Gainesville. Go figure. One was not even thinking about going there. Taylor never thought they would go there, and they ended up living together. So it goes to show you that you never, ever know what's going to happen in 5 minutes. You don't know what's going to happen in a month, in a day. Like, life is just so crazy, filled with twists and turns that you just have no idea. And, when I talked about last week about sororities, how I am so saddened that these girls go in thinking, oh, I hope they like me. Oh, I hope I get into, BBB sorority or whatever it is. Oh, I hope they like me. Hope they like me. And it destroys their self-esteem if they don't get a bid. And it is horrible that these girls think so low of themselves that they think their worth is through a sorority, where I love that my daughter's award when she graduated was the most MIA. She was the most not into the sorority. I think I pushed her. Of course you're going to be in a sorority. Like, I am kumbayaing with you. And it wasn't for her, which I am so grateful that Taylor is just such a colorful personality that she couldn't be confined to just this certain group of girls, where she just has so many different types of friends that I loved that she was the most missing in a weird way, that she didn't make it her life. And she knew the only one that she wanted to be in was the sorority where you put your hair in a bun, a messy bun, no makeup, be yourself. And it ended up placing her where her and Bree were supposed to be. And I couldn't have asked for anything greater in this world from Taylor and Brianna to have lived together in college and roommates and grow in Gainesville together and become women when they least did not expect it. So your wants want you to, wherever you're supposed to be, you will end up. Just trust the process. Life is working out for you. It's not working to hurt you. I promise you. And I'm telling you, as a 56-year-old woman who beat the odds and I am alive, I am telling you, keep going. You're supposed to be where you are. Even if you don't understand it today, it will make sense one day. I promise, promise, promise. So if you know anybody that would love to hear this, please share my episode. And remember to never, ever let anyone burst your bubble. And never, ever, 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 ever let anyone dull your sparkle. I am sending so much love and so much peace.
Thanks so much for joining us on this episode of Fabulously Flawed. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. That helps others find the show, and we greatly appreciate it. Once again, we're so glad you're here, and we hope you'll come back Monday through Friday for another serving of empowerment, motivation, and inspiration. We'll catch you next time on Fabulously Flawed.